Today, we cooking steak sandwiches. All right, so what I've got here is I got a brisket. And don't be intimidated by these things. I chose a brisket for the steak sandwiches today because per pound, this is like the cheapest meat you can get right now. And we're gonna get a lot of it, and I'm gonna get a lot of meals off this. So in the long run, to me, it was worth the effort. Now, we're not going to do a whole lot of crazy trimming off of this. All we're going to do is there's a huge amount of fat cap right here. We're going to kind of trim that off a little bit, just a little bit. And there's not even a whole lot on this one. This is a really good brisket. So I'm just going to kind of slice through a little bit, make sure there's not too much going on. It's looking good. I'm going to come on this back side a little bit. Just trim a little bit of the excess fat, not much. I'm not going to do some huge trim. When you watch all these videos talking about, oh, we're going to trim our brisket. If you're doing a restaurant, yes, you're going to trim that brisket. But we're not a restaurant, we're a family. We're going to eat all this. And we don't need that super quality brisket going on that you would find at like a smokehouse. Now this right here, I like to take it off because it's a little bit of a harder fat. And we're just going to get in here, keep your fingers out of the way, and trim a little bit at a time until you get most of it going. So there's still a little bit there. Just kind of peel it up. And cut that bad boy out of there because you don't want that. Now this little bit of fat that I have trimmed, I'm going to freeze it. I'm going to use it for something later on. It's not going to go to waste. And that's about it. For seasoning, we're going to start off with a little bit of liquid base. And then I've washed my hands. So the only hand I'm going to get dirty is my left one here. I'm going to use it for spreading out anything. I'm just going to add a little bit of apple vinegar. I'm going to kind of rub it in. Of course, mustard. Just kind of rub that in a little bit. A little bit of hot sauce. Now when it comes to spices, it's kind of the taste. It's whatever you feel like. I like a lot of spices. I like a lot of heat. So we're going to add some crushed pepper seeds, just a little bit. Don't want to make it too spicy because if my kids ain't going to want to eat it. Some garlic powder. And now we're going to get to the drier stuff, and it's going to stick really good because we started off with the wet. A little onion powder. A little bit of Italian seasoning. A lot of pepper. And a little bit of salt. Kind of make sure that's in there really good. And we'll flip it over. Now I gotta go wash my hands real quick, and then we're gonna do it again. Now for the interest of time, I went ahead and did this side. Now I want to talk about spices. Sometimes you don't know what you're gonna like, or if you're not gonna like something. So I've been experimenting with ginger. I kind of found it late in life for some odd reason a couple years ago, and I've been trying it out here and there. And when I'm trying out something, I'm not going to put it all over this whole thing because I might not like it, and I don't want to waste my food here. So to find out if something's going to go good, I will find a little spot and I'll just add a little bit. That one spot, like that one little corner right there. And I hope that kind of shows up on camera a little bit. I'm going to kind of come over here to the other side. I'm going to add a little bit over there. And then when it's done, I can try that little portion and compare it to everything else and see if I like it. And if I like it, the next time I do this, I can do the whole thing. But when it comes to new spices, always just try a little bit at a time and just see if you're gonna like it or not. Because ginger is really good with some things, and some things it's not so good. All right, so I've got my smoker preheated around 225. Oh yeah. And then we're going to take the bigger side over here, and we're going to put it towards the heat. I'm just going to lay it down. I've got a little bit farther away from the heat as possible. And we're just going to close this, and it's going to cook all day long. So about every hour, I'm just coming out here and I'm feeding a little bit more charcoal, so I make sure I've got it filled up. And I'm adding a little bit of wood chips. And I'm keeping the smoke going that way. And I make sure my heat's staying about 225. And that's about all I'm doing out here. Now about halfway through this cook, I flipped it around. Also, I put this aluminum foil here because I don't want all this heat coming up and burning the edges. So this is to protect the edge that's close over here. But as you can see, it's looking pretty good. All right, so I've got some green peppers here. I've already cleaned them up, took the peppers out, the seeds out. I'm just going to slice them up, just like so. No, I'm not a speedy cutter. I try not to cut myself too many times. Then from here, they're going to go on the grill. Well, after about 8 hours of cooking, the time has arrived. This thing has reached 190 degrees, and look at that bad boy there. I got me a pre-lined pan right here. I'm just going to really quickly pick it up, throw it down. And then I'm going to cover it. And then we're going to leave this bad boy just be for a little bit longer while we're getting everything else ready. I made some fresh sub bread. If you'd like to see how I did it, check out the link up in the top of the description. Here we got our nice little brisket. We're gonna oh, look at the juices flow out of this thing. Oh my Lord. Look at that bad boy there. We're gonna make some sandwiches. All right, so we got the griddle. We got it preheated. We got some oil on it. We'll add a little bit of butter. Just a little bit. Right here. We're going to take our vegetables. And down they go. We also got some mushrooms. We're going to throw in here too. And then we got some of this lovely sauce that came off our brisket. And we're going to just kind of spread that on top of this. Give it some good flavor. Get that mixed up. Now, there's no reason to salt and pepper it because we just added all that flavor from the brisket on there. So that's going to give us basically our salt and pepper. All right, all we're going to do here is just kind of keep them moving. All right, and then we got our bread here. I'm going to take a little pat of butter, get it kind of melted going. Now I'm going to spread that on one side. Now I'm going to get another pat going. Got my other half. Get it melted. Now me personally, I don't like my vegetables overcooked. So you cook your vegetables as long as you think you need to your preference. I'm going to check them, make sure they're doing okay. I just remembered I turned that burner off. All right, so we're going to start assembling. We got our steak, some vegetables. I'm going to throw some cheese here. We're going to cover that. All right, we got some melted cheese going on. We're going to take the lid, we're going to put it out of the way. Now we're going to see. I can't. Grab this. And we got a nice topping. And here's your plate. We appreciate y'all coming to see our channel again. And we do, and thank you for your support. Please like and subscribe. And if you have anything you'd like to see us cook, please leave it in the comments. See you next week.